Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking to you about compound lifting, a fundamental type of exercise that is essential for anyone looking to build strength, muscle, and improve overall fitness. Whether you are a beginner, seasoned athlete, seasoned athlete, compound lifting, um, it should be a part of your training regimen. I started out exercising when I was 18. I was doing um, calisthenics, and then which is body weight exercise. That's like push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, body weight squats. And then um, I went into compound lifting when I was 23. So uh, today I will be explaining what compound lifting is, the benefits of compound lifting, key compound lifts, tips for effective compound lifting, and then common mistakes to avoid. So let's start with what is compound lifting. Compound lifts are exercises that engage multiple muscle groups and joints at the same time. Basically, the whole body or most of the body is moving the weight into the desired position. Um, on the other hand, isolation exercises are a form of exercise where you only target one muscle group. So, an example of that is bicep curls. Um, there, um, uh, there are a variety of compound lifts, which I will go into. But let's get into why they're called compound lifts. They compound or bring together into one exercise multiple movements, multiple muscle groups. Um, an example, a really good example of that is seen here on the slide is the clean and jerk. So you're going to start it at the in a deadlift, and then you're going to heave it up onto your shoulders, in the front of your shoulders, and then from there you're going to basically do a overhead press, and you're using most of the muscles in your body and most of the joints that you have. Yeah. So the benefits of compound lifting, one is efficiency. Compound lifts are extremely efficient in that they help you achieve a full body workout in less time. So people who are very busy will benefit from that. It also increases strength. So compound lifts increase muscle mass, and that then helps with strength. That was done in a study by Schoenfeld. Since you're using heavier weights, you're lifting heavier weights, that translates to more muscle gains. Every part of your body is lifting more, so you gain more. Um, Improve functional fitness. So functional fitness is basically uh, doing exercises that help you with everyday movements. So an example of that is the squat, which is like you're sitting and standing up, a deadlift where you're picking something up off the ground, or a bench where you're pushing something like a heavy shopping cart or a heavy door. Um, yeah, that helps. And then it increases hormonal response. Studies have shown that incorporating compound exercises into your workouts will result in a greater production of testosterone growth hormone, which are essential for strength, muscle growth, and recovery. We'll get into recovery later, why that's so important. Some key compound lifts to incorporate, that'll be the squat, the deadlift, bench press, overhead press, pull up, and chin up. Um, so the squat right here is just basically a barbell on your back, and you're sitting down into a squat or half squat, depending on your mobility, and you're pushing back up into a standing position. This is really effective in um, activating the legs, the butt, and the lower back, as well as the core. Some studies have shown that it even activates the shoulders and the chest and the neck. Um, Next, we'll talk about the deadlift. That is one of the most important compound lifts that you can do because it activates the posterior chain, which is your spine, um, and that and a large portion of your legs. That helps with posture and preventing exercise, preventing injury. Yeah, it activates quite a bit. And then there's the bench press seen on the bottom right, which is basically barbell over your face. You unhook it from the rack. You bring it down to the bottom of your chest, below your nipples, and you push it back up. It works the chest, the tricep, the shoulders. Every lifter goes and does this once in their lifting career. Um, and then we have the compound, so the overhead press. That's basically just a overhead pressing motion of the dumbbell. Um, and then lastly, we have the pull up and chin up. They're different in that a pull up, your palms are facing outwards, and a chin up, your palms are facing inwards. That activates different muscles. Pull ups activate more of your lats, and chin ups activate more of your arms. They uh, they engage the upper back, biceps, forearms, hands, and core. They are great upper body exercises with emphasis on lats and upper back. Yeah, like I said. Tips for effective compound lifting. So you're definitely going to want to focus on form. You're going to want to um, introduce progressive overload, which is increasing the weight once it becomes easier. That'll help you increase strength. You can't keep on doing the same weight or same amount of reps. You won't see any progress. You're also going to need to remember to prioritize rest and recovery. Compound lifts are especially fatiguing on the body and you must make sure to give yourself time in between sets in your workout. And you must make sure to give muscle groups you stimulate at least 72 hours in between stimulation. And then nutrition. Nutrition is basically 90% of exercise. If you don't get enough protein, fats, carbohydrates, you are not going to gain muscle, feel good about yourself, or really yeah, do anything good there. Um, Common mistakes to avoid. Neglecting mobility and warm up is a really bad mistake. So these are basically uh, heavier type lifts, as we discussed. So there's more probability for injury. Skipping lower body exercises is also a common mistake. Um, yeah. Uh, and I mean that's just something people do and it's not good. Also overtraining is also something people do, which is a problem because it can make you sick. It can give you uh, depression and all sorts of things. And you got to give yourself adequate time to rest in between stimulation of the same muscle groups. So, in conclusion, um, in conclusion, compound lifting is an extremely effective way to gain muscle and improve strength for everyday activities, while very fatiguing compound lifts are effective at stimulating multiple muscle groups at once, saving time while also being effective. There are also some drawbacks to compounded lifts as they are very fatiguing, and if you don't use the correct form, injury can occur. Beginner, intermediate, or advanced compound lifting is a great way to gain muscle and strength. Thank you for listening. I hope you are motivated to incorporate uh, compound lifts into your exercise regimen. Here are my sources.